and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Okay, I'm going to exit out and let's double click on the form itself. I'm going to scroll right up there and I want to grab hold of the speech library. So enter using namespace system column speech. There we go. And column synthesizer there. So that takes care of the name. We now need to go to the pragma. Scroll right down here. Pragma end region. So right here underneath the pragma end region, I'm going to declare the following. So that's going to be speech. So that's actually an object, speech. So let's call it SAPI, speech application programming interface. So let's get it referenced, and that would be equals new garbage, and that's going to be speech. Let's just copy this instead of typing, paste that in there and enter semicolon. So I have just created my first object for which I'm going to be using for this speech. The next thing is I'm going to now create a variable. So this variable will be used for the collection of the data that goes inside the list box. So I'm going to call it input details, something like that. Input, or let's say student details, the details. Right, and the student details equals the following. So the very first one that will go in there, since we have 6 items, so enter curly braces. So the very first one, that will be 0, comma, let's say 10. I'm going to enter minus 10. So we start from the left. That will be the very first one. I'm going to copy this, enter a comma here. No, just paste that in here, copy this, enter a semicolon here, not a comma, and paste it for the second one, the third one, and paste. That's for the 6. So this one will be 1. So it's just in form of an array: 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In total, that is 6. And this one, I'm going to make that 15, minus 15. I will make this minus 15 as well. Number 4 will be minus 15, and number 3 is minus 15 as well. While number 1, I'm going to make that minus 13. I'm just defining the size of my columns. Okay, so number 1 and number 2, let's go for minus 13 as well. And there, that takes care of the layout for my list box. Now let's go back in here. So the combo box, with the combo box, I'm going to select the following. We can always add all of the information in here. Come straight to the item. You see where we have item, click on, that is it right there, the properties of the combo box. Click on that item, and the very first item that I will want in there is going to be something select select year, we can add that here. So let's see how it's gonna go. First of all, I'm gonna say first year, or I can just type in first year. So if I come in here, the text in here, I can always enter select year. Alright, select here will be the default value in there, and we have the others. Okay, so that's for first year, second year, third, and we have fourth. So that's fine. Fourth year. Okay, so if I run it, this is how that's gonna look like. Let's see how that's gonna look like, then we take it from there for the others. There we go. Let's try it out now. Year 1, 2, 3. Okay, but the problem is the default is not there. Okay, let's come right in here. I'm gonna copy this to be the default. Just in case if you need to change it. Alright, that's fine. Now the next one is going to be for the course. So let's select this and come right down here, repeat exactly the same thing. So we have the following course. Let's say select course. That will be the default. So the course can be, let's say, computing, and we have games, we have business, let's go for mathematics, and maybe English. Alright, that's fine. Click on OK, and the default value course that would display in there. And in here we now want mode of attendance. The default will be select type. Copy that and go straight into the item property in there, and let's enter the following. Let's go for full-time, part-time, full-time, we have part-time, and we can also have sandwich. There we go. Click on that. Now run the program and let's see how that's going to look like. Okay, it's coming up now. There we go. Drop this down and this. Right, that's fine. Okay, you see, when the form load, I would like the columns to be displayed. So to do that, I'm going to double click on the form load, double click on the form itself, and inside the form, let's come right down here, list output dot items dot add, and what are we adding? So I'm going to say string column format, and what I would like you to add would be as follows. The details that we have in here, grab hold of this, and just paste that in here, comma. The first one is going to be, maybe I should just type in student ID. We should have enough room for that. The next one is going to be first name, surname, course, year, and mode of attendance. So this will be first name. Then we have surname here, and here we have course, and here that's going to be year, and finally there we can just call that full-time or part-time. Let's put a P in time and enter semicolon here. There. So if I run it, this should appear as my title. So let's save that and run. That'll be the title for, or we have an error. Let's see what's that error about. Okay, right here there should be double bracket. Remember, I have one here, two, so close that up. There. Alright, minimize that. Try that again, and let's see how that's going to work. There we go, look at that. Well, guess what? We need some rooms. Okay, close that. Okay, let's take care of this room. So I'm going to exit out. Let's go back into form load. Double click on form load. See where we have student ID. I'm going to get rid of the student. I only have ID in there. So let's run it. Run. Hopefully that should take care of it. Let's see, it's coming up now. There we go, guys. Alright, that is fine. That's much better. Come back here and just maybe reduce this a little bit more instead of extending. Okay then. Alright. Oh no. Okay guys, let's take care of the update here so that we can add whatever data we have in here straight onto the list box. Double click on update and press enter. Now the very first update I'm going to go for, let's grab this string, paste it right in there. So the very first one is going to be ID, student ID. So there, and the next one, that's going to be first name, and we have surname here, and here we have course, underneath here that's going to be the year, and finally that'll be full-time. Or full parts or full-time, whatever. Okay, now let's call it full part. Alright, now that that is taken care of, we now want to add every single detail straight into my list box. So copy this and paste it right underneath here and get rid of this. Get rid of this as well. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to change it to full part anyway, because it doesn't exist. Copy that and paste it right in here. There. So that is that taken care of. Now the next thing is going to be for add more. Now come right in here and scroll right down, double click on add new. Inside the add new, let's say txt id, so we just want it to clear anyway, equals clear. So repeat the same thing for the others. txt first name clear, txt surname clear, then cmb, that will be course. We want it to default back to the value. The text equals select course. There we go. And we'll repeat the same thing for the other two combo box. The next one is cmb up here, there, and that'll be select here. And finally we have cmb full part, paste, and that will be select type. Alright, that is that all taken care of. We now also want to take care of the reset, so I'm going to copy this and let's double click on the reset itself. Where is reset? Come right down, paste, and we also I would also like to clear whatever data I have inside the list box. Do that again, list. So that will be dot items dot clear. So that clears whatever we have inside the list box. But the problem is everything, the headings will disappear. So I'm going to copy this heading and paste it right underneath here. And there we go. And guess what? To be on the safe side, I think it's advisable you use, let's say you use try catch if there's any error. So you can always come right down here and just say cache exception. And your exception, let's say exception EX, come right down here and you just want to enter let's say message box dot show. That should be uppercase, dot show. No, this is right. And in here you can just enter message in there. There we go. And guess what? You can decide to give your project a title. So the title can be maybe ListBox display. That's one argument. You can also enter another argument, message box buttons. I think it's column, okay, comma, then you can enter message box icon. Well, let's say that is information. There we go. So all I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to copy all of these and dump it. right in here, up here. So that is my try catch. So the whole idea of the try catch is to prevent whatever error that will mess up your program. So I'm going to copy this, repeat the same thing here underneath here, paste, and up here just enter try. There we go. So we have our own try catch here as well. Alright, that is fine. And finally we need to take care of, let's take care of the update as well. Add a try catch in there and try in here. So the whole idea is just for that to prevent whatever error you might run into. So look at the lines of code, that's the lines of code, and this is the error handler. Okay, I think it's actually very good. It's very helpful. Alright, so I'm now going to also use try catch for my exit. So I'm going to copy this, come right in here and open up the exit, scroll right down, double click on exit, there, paste, and get rid of all of this here, delete. So with the exits, I'm going to say system column Windows, and that will be column forms, column dialog results, and what will be the name? I'm going to call it I exit there. And I will now make use of SAPI. I haven't used SAPI since, so I'm going to use SAPI now. SAPI will say as follows. So confirm if you want to exit. So this is how you guys enter your text to speech. Confirm. There, that's what SAPI will say. Confirm if you want to exit. Okay. Now, we now need this here. I'm going to copy all of this. And let's use it for I exit. I exit will be equals the following. Message box shows confirm if you want to exit. So grab hold of this. And just paste that in here. That is it. And right here, the only bit we need to change is this. I'm going to change that to yes or no. And the information, if you want, you can change that to question. So the right name is question actually. So let's go to the next line here so that you can see it. And underneath here, I'm now going to use if statement. If I exit equals dialog result as follows. Grab hold of all of this, paste it right here. Column yes. Then we want the system to exit. Application dot exit column exit, and that is that. So I've just taken care of the exit as well there. Okay, all of these error handlers, instead of information, you can change them to error. Okay, all I'm just doing is just showing you that there's small methods that you can use. And I'm going to change this to exclamation. There we go. So I have a good look at my at the exit, and here that is the resets, the reset lines of codes, and here add new, and right up here we have update the list box, and finally we have this inside the form load. This is my object for SAPI, text to speech, and that's my global variable for the variables declared. For the list box, I'm going to save that and let's run. So the decision time, let's add date is in there, and the name is Paul Omen. And year, let's say it's in third year. Course, computer, let's say games, and type is a full-time student. Update, and the update is not responding. Let's see why. That works. Okay, now let's go back in here to the update. Double click on the update. Okay, all right, I think I've spotted the error with the updates. The problem is all of these variables are not assigned. Okay, and it's meant to be assigned to this. Okay, what I meant by that is I'm going to copy this. Let's copy all of this here and come right down here. Or we can even assign it straight in here, but let's do it in here. Paste. And this is going to be ID. ID equals as follows. Get rid of this. There. And get rid of all of this as well. Right. Now the next one is surname. There we go. Then we have the next one should be surname. That was, and here that is for the course. That's for year, and here full part. There, I've now assigned each, or I've now initialized each of the variable. You can also initialize it just like this anyway, something like this. Okay, it's the same thing. It is the same, it will work. Alright, so let's delete this or comment it out just to prove to you that it will work. Okay, run. Let's see now. Alright, enter details in there. And the name is Paul Omen. And here we have year, let's say third year, and he's studying games, and right here full time. Click on that. There we go. Look at that. It's now working. There we go, guys. There. And let's check out updates. So updates. No, add new. With the add new, you can add new data in there. And let's say that is Tony. Oh, let's try our reset. Yeah, that reset works. And let's say we have new individual in there, and here is Tony. Tony Montana. And just change this as follows. And there we go. Add new, and this happens to be let's say 9 whatever, and the name is Sally. Sally Southend, and enter Sally Southend details, sandwich course, add. Let's say Paul Parker. There we go. And is computing students. There we go, guys. And that's how you create ListBox Tabular Display in C++. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the
Confirm if you want to exit.
I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. And you all have a nice day now. And bye for now.